and roll weekend.
Burgers, better with Pepsi.
Welcome to another edition of Schuck on a Truck, the Zoom edition. We're getting closer to being outside, sitting on the tailgate of the truck. But right now, I'm on the road covering high school basketball, and my guest this week couldn't have joined me on the truck anyway. So it's good to catch up with him. Professional basketball player, playing currently in Canada, Tanner Stuckman. How you doing, Stuck?
I'm good, Schuck. Appreciate you for having me.
Thanks for coming on. Schuck on a Truck brought to you by Refreshment Services Pepsi. And you are currently in Canada, Windsor, correct?
Yes. So it's just right across the border from Detroit.
So how did this come about? Because I know after your career at QU, went to Finland for a while. That didn't work out. How did Canada come about?
Honestly, it was crazy a little bit. So my agent had reached out to me. They were having kind of a workout type thing in Chicago. And he's like, let's just go there. Let's give it a shot. Let's get some feedback, see how the coach feels you would fit in that league or not fit in the league, what you need to work on. Because some things were shaking a little bit overseas again with some different teams looking at me. So we were kind of like, let's give it a shot. We got nothing to lose. So I went there, did really well. And they ended up signing me to their training camp roster to eventually compete for the spot I'm in right now. But it was one of those things where it's like, if it works out, great. If it doesn't work out, it's not really a huge deal because we got some things shaking overseas still.
Right.
But no, I decided to go the Canada route just because the league's really good. It's a little bit closer to home, and I just wanted to get playing again. Obviously the overseas stuff wasn't exactly guaranteed. It's just some teams were looking at me. When I got this training camp roster spot, this was guaranteed to come in and compete. And so that's one thing that really stuck out to me, and that's one thing I wanted to pursue.
The opportunity to continue playing, how important has that been for you?
It's really important, especially with where I want to go in my professional career. Year one's always the most important of getting your feet wet a little bit. You got to get good film. Obviously, it would be a lot better if I was in a league in Europe in regards to, how they respect leagues over there. But, I do have 9 games of film over there. I'm hoping I can get some really good film here in Canada. We can combine the two, and it's going to set me up for a decent spot for year 2.
It sounds like from talking to you and some other people that this Canadian league is pretty solid in terms of talent level, in terms of, again, getting good film because you're going to be going up against good guys.
Yeah, I mean, this is a league that doesn't get the respect that it deserves. I mean, it's a different play style than Europe. It's more kind of one-on-one base. I mean, they're shocked to be there's G League guys in this league. Every team's got G League guys. Usually it's the G League guys who played, half the season. They get hurt or they just aren't playing very well and they just get cut and they need somewhere to go. Well, they go to this league. And so, this is a top tier league in regards to talent. Our last game I was playing against a guy that was 6'7", 230, and he was a 3'4". I mean, you just don't see that. You just don't see that. And so,
Right.
No, this league is a very talented league. It's a big league. All the players that I'm playing against, I don't think there's a guy under 6'8" or 6'7", and that's under 230 pounds. I mean, this is a grown man league. I'm playing against guys that, are around the age range of about 26 to in their 30s. So, I mean, this is a tough league, and I think this league deserves a lot more respect than what it gets.
A little different than going to Finland, right?
Yes, it's a lot different. Like I said, a lot different play style, a lot different players. I mean, all around, it's a very different league.
I know Finland didn't work out, but what did you learn from that experience that will help you in your professional career?
Well, I think the biggest thing is defensively. To be honest with you, obviously my defense was a little shaky in college. Anybody will say that, but no, right now my mindset is I love to get after it on the defensive end. Physicality. Playing hard. Of course, I'm not playing 40 minutes a game. Especially in this league, I'm playing 20 to 25. So I guess that also helps it a little bit more fresh. But especially in Finland, I learned how to defend the European way. People think, well, defense is defense, and no, it's not. teams in Europe guard differently than they do here in the States. That's just a fact, they just do. And so, I was able to learn there. I was able to learn a lot about myself. I think Finland really tested me a little bit. How much do you love basketball? How much do you really want to pursue this career? Because not every opportunity is going to be the perfect fit.
Right.
It's just not. And so it really tested me with how much I love the game. And, I think once I got out of that situation, I was like, let's keep pushing this thing. I'm still hungry. I still have a goal that I want to reach. And, I want to play at the highest level I can for professional basketball.
Well, your trip to Finland and your time in Finland was your first time truly away from family and friends for an extended period, and your wife.
No, yeah. I mean, that was tough. And, she came over. I think I was there for maybe a week to 2 weeks by myself. And I kind of had that feeling a little bit of, man, like I don't have the good fit feeling here.
Yeah.
And I could tell it right away. I kind of just knew right away. I just don't have a good feeling. And so, I had her come over, and, that's another thing. We grew in our marriage. I mean, we were newlyweds pretty much.
Yeah.
We were kind of thrown into the fire in regards to an uncommon lifestyle rather than working a 9-to-5 job, being content, being at home around our friends and family. No, we were thrown thousands of miles away. We're on the rookie salary. We're trying to make it that way. And so, no, I mean, it improved our marriage. I mean, we got to connect, husband and wife, and, we learned about each other, but we also went through the hard times together. And I think that's one thing that really, basketball aside, that it's important for life. You look at, life and the circumstances, whatever, it was a hard time. It was difficult. It was tough, but, we got through it. And now, obviously I'm in a much better situation now.
You and I talked throughout college, the support system you've always had.
Mm-hmm.
Did that really show up during those hard times? Whether it was your wife being there, help going through it with you, or being able to reach out to friends and family back home and just, and know you had that behind you.
Oh my gosh. Honestly, I think it really showed me how much support I really do have, back at home, whether that be her family, my family, friends, Coach Hellenthal. The support I got from so many people back home was just phenomenal. I mean, it caught me off guard a little bit, because you kind of have this feeling, well, I'm so far away. Maybe they forgot about me. Maybe they're not keeping up with me. But no, that wasn't the case at all. I mean, people were texting me every day, checking in, how you doing? Especially when, word we're starting to get out to them, hey, this situation, we don't really have a good feeling about it. And so we kind of went step by step. Everybody was kind of helping us along that path to make, obviously it was our decision to step away from that situation, but to help us make the right decision, say, hey, let's look at all the facts, what's happening, how are you feeling, things like that. But that support system really, really helped me to take that step, because stepping away from a situation with professional basketball, it's tough, because that's a guaranteed job. That's money bringing in. And when you step away, you're not guaranteed to have a next contract. You're just not. So it was a tough decision.
Yeah, because you didn't step away to go to another team. You
No.
stepped away to get out of a bad situation to find a better situation.
No, yeah, exactly. And that's, I've always bet on myself in regards to, my whole career. But I mean, that might have been the toughest decision I've had to make. I mean, I was miserable, but I'm like, okay, can I push it a little more? Can I be here, a little bit longer? But what's crazy is the league actually shut down for I think it was a month and a half or 2 months for COVID. So they didn't start playing until this past week.
Okay.
And so, I mean, I would have been sitting there for a month and a half just practicing. And I mean, so eventually I would have been out of there anyway. I mean, if you really think about it, there's no way I would have stayed there, because, I would have wanted to keep playing and keep getting better. And me practicing every day, that's not really going to get me a whole lot better versus playing games.
We're talking with Tanner Stuckman here on Schuck on a Truck, the Zoom edition, brought to you by Refreshment Services Pepsi. Tanner, as you're going through that, and as you continue to go through the changes of professional basketball, do you have guys that are currently playing, whether it would be an Evan McGaffey, who you played with at Quincy University, or maybe guys you played against in the GLVC that you became friends with? Do you have guys like that to be sounding boards?
Oh yeah. I mean, I was texting with Evan when I was back a little bit back home, just kind of feeling out, okay, where are you at with things? I know he left his situation in Chile. Now he's playing with the Coping Stars. I think he's in Sweden, I think, right now. And so, I mean, I kind of asked him a little bit, hey, how did you feel about your situation? How are you feeling, I guess, sitting at home? But his situation was a little different. He's an experienced pro now. He's been, what is this, his fifth year, I think, playing.
Yep.
And so, fifth versus first year is a huge difference. I also talked with Mike Carlson, who played at Truman State. He and I text a lot. We go over film. We just kind of, ping pong ideas off of each other. Hey, what do you think about this? So, I mean, those two guys really, really, they helped me out through the situation. It's good to have somebody you can text and ask questions, who have pro experience and pretty much seen it all.
People who don't truly understand the GLVC, and fans see what goes on the floor and they're following the standings, don't realize how close some of you guys become, whether you play at Truman or whether you play at Indy or whether you play at UMSL. It truly, the GLVC kind of becomes a family, and you get to know those guys to where those relationships linger beyond college, don't they?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I text K McKnight still.
Yeah.
To this day. I mean, he and I still text back and forth. And he's another guy that I'm going to form a relationship with, and I'm hoping that he can have a successful pro career as well, because I know that's the route he wants to take. But no, I mean, that's a guy that maybe he can ask me a few questions about my situations that I've had, and I can help him out. And then whatever situation he's in, maybe he can help me out. It's always important to carry on relationships even beyond basketball. Because you never know when you might need somebody down the line, or some advice from somebody that's been in an experience. And so that's why it's so crucial, I think, to maintain those relationships, and keep them alive.
So tell me about Windsor. What's Windsor like?
It's not really much different, Schuck,
That's
to be
what I
honest with
figured.
you, the United States. I mean, it's just right across the border. So I mean, I
Right.
think it's very Americanized. Obviously they have different restaurants. They don't have the same food that they have in the United States in regards to, I guess, restaurants. But no, it's pretty much the same. Everybody speaks English.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's not really a huge adjustment. I think the biggest thing too is that our team is mostly made up of Americans and Canadians, so it kind of helps that I kind of have friends here on this team that
Yeah.
we hang out and do different things versus being the only American overseas.
Have you had poutine yet?
No, I haven't. People have been telling me to try that. I don't know what that is, and I'm scared to try it because, listen, they have it at every restaurant, like fast food, like at Burger King, they got it. And I'm like, I don't know if I want to try it. I don't know.
Have you even Googled it to know what it is?
No, I mean, they had a picture of it. So we this is like our first week here.
Yeah.
And so me and a couple of the guys just went to Burger King just to grab a quick bite to eat, which that sounds terrible because we're supposed to be professional athletes. But listen, you need a burger every once in a while. You need it.
Understandable.
And so I saw it on the board and I'm like, I don't know if that looks good. It doesn't look good. Like, is it going to be good at a sit down restaurant versus a fast food? I don't know. And so I don't know if I should try it. I don't know. I'm still up in the air.
You got to try it. I mean, okay, did you try anything that was, when you were in Finland, did you try anything different?
Oh, I had to. I mean, the food was completely different over there, so I
Right.
had no choice. I mean, I had to.
So you got to try something that's Canadian.
Yeah, but I think I need to try it at a sit-down restaurant.
There you
The
go.
fast food route is good.
Yeah, I wouldn't. Yeah, Burger King, no.
You're playing with fire there a little bit.
Yes. How long does this season run in Canada?
So it's 3 months,
Okay.
three and a half. I guess because we make the playoffs no matter what, because there's 4 teams in this league.
Okay.
Usually it's like double that, but with COVID here, you got budgeting. Canada's really, really uptight with things, and so you got different, I guess it's provinces or whatever it's called here, or different teams where they have different rules and things like that. So a lot of teams were like, listen, we can't adjust to that. We're just going to have to sit out another year. But we do have 4, and we partnered with the TBL, which is, I guess, is like a semi-pro league in the United States.
Yeah.
Where it's pretty much just a game filler. I think we play like 4 teams from there just to kind of give us some more games. And that way we can prepare for our actual games here in Canada in our league and the playoffs.
What's your daily schedule like? I assume you guys are in the gym quite a bit.
Yeah, I mean, usually practice is not until 2 here, and that runs. We've been going 3 hours, which is not 3 hours of hard, pound basketball. It's more stretching, recovery, shooting, things like that. But yeah, I mean, we try to get in the gym as much as possible. Like I said, though, the COVID situation, it actually just loosened up on Monday here, but the COVID situation here before that, like the past couple of weeks, it's been tough just because they're really strict on, okay, when you're out of the gym, we got to clean it, things like that. So you have to really, really schedule and structure your time when you want to get in the gym, weight room, and things like that. So it's been kind of tough, but I know our organization here is doing a really good job of trying to get us extra gym time so we can get shots up and things like that. But it's just been tough with the gym schedule and COVID here.
And I know you're a gym rat. You want to be in there getting shots up. So is it frustrating when you can't just pick up a ball and go to the gym?
Yeah, especially with my role on this team. I'm a catch and shoot guy. I'm a pick and pop guy, in this league. And so, for me, like in order for me to keep my job, I got to make shots, and so it's crucial for me to get in the gym. I've been getting shots up after practice, one of the assistants as much as I can, but yeah, I'd like to get in the gym a little more, but no, they're doing a good job of trying to figure things out for us. I think they're really organized. And like I said, it's just tough because everybody's got different restrictions here.
Now, as we sit here and talk, it's a busy week back home, back where I'm at, because we've got the QND girls playing in the state semifinals. You got the QND boys playing for a sectional championship on Friday night. How closely are you monitoring those things while you're away playing professionally?
Very close. I mean, it's a really, really cool thing to see that, QND Sports hasn't fallen off, and I think that's really important that these people that, saw me play, saw people after me play are continuing that tradition of success there. The girls team doesn't really surprise me just because it's Eric Orrin. I mean, he constantly puts out a solid product no matter what talent level he has.
Right.
Obviously, this team this year is very, very talented, very gifted. Yes. But I've seen teams in the past that maybe they were missing a few pieces here and there, but they were still successful. And I think the same can be said with the boys team. I think they've kind of had an up and down year a little bit where they might have lost some games that they should have won. Maybe they won some games they should have lost. But the most important part right now is that they are playing well when it matters. I mean, it is always crucial to play your best basketball in the postseason. I think both teams are doing that right now.
And they told me they're playing their best basketball, but they insist they have more in the tank.
I mean, that's the mindset you have to have, though. Yeah. I mean, it really is. With this point of the year, I mean, you got to have, okay, we can continue to get better. No matter, even if it could be your last game, you got to always pursue to want to get better.
Awesome, man. So when's your next game?
Friday. Yeah, tomorrow, I guess. Yeah, so we got one tomorrow. It's actually against a TBL team here at home in Windsor. So we got one tomorrow. Then we don't play again until next Saturday, I think. So we got a full week of practice. Kind of varies a little bit. Sometimes we play 2 games in a week. Sometimes we play 1. It kind of varies. So it's a lot better than just sticking with the 1 game a week overseas and in those leagues. That's tough, but it's fun to get after it and play a couple weeks, kind of like I did in the GLVC. So
right. Well, dude, so happy for you that you're getting the opportunity. I know you're going to make the most of it. And thank you so much for taking the time to chat with me.
No, I appreciate you having me. This is really, really cool thing that you're doing. And it's always it's good to give people insight that, professional basketball is cool, but it's tough too. A lot of tough decisions.
It's still a business.
It is. It is. It's a tough business.
Awesome, man. Well, good luck with everything, and we'll catch up again soon.
All right. Sounds good. See ya.
That is Tanner Stuckman, professional basketball player, QU and QND grad, joining us on Schuck on a Truck, brought to you by Refreshment Services Pepsi. We'll catch you again next time.
We get out, fired up, hook big ones. We get out and rip it, and we track them down. So crack a Mountain Dew, get out and do.
Another rock and roll weekend.
Burgers, better with Pepsi.